What's up, fight fans? Who's ready to bet on UFC? Me, that's who. MMA Locker Room here, part of Pick Dawgz. UFC bet with me. We're back. We're about to be going over this pay-per-view card headlined by Du Plessis taking on Strickland, going on in Australia this Saturday. UFC 312. And just like everything, I'm going to be going over the picks, the predictions, and let you guys know about the parlay at the end of the video on how to get paid. Because, hey, that's what we do over here at Pick Dawgz. I'm going to give you guys each and every way to bet the fight, if I think I'm betting the fight, or if not, or if I see value on the other side, I'll let you know. How'd you guys do last week? Last week, I mean, god dang, man, Nasruddin Imavov knocked out Israel Adesanya in the second round. Who called that? Nobody, because I didn't think that was happening. Nobody in the chat thought that was happening. The community didn't think that was happening. I mean, god dang, man, we can't. We couldn't get a win last week. Our predictions was just trash, man. I'm talking about, like, I was reaching for dogs. Ain't none of them dogs was barking. They all keep leaving in the dog pound, okay, this week. If they ain't a real dog, and no Rottweilers, no Pit Bulls, you staying in the dog pound this week. Alright, man, let's go ahead and get it started, man. The first fight of the night, we got Hung Sung Park taking on Nimenbar Timdenbro. Alright, so the odds have Hung Sung Park as a 2-1 favorite. Familiar with this fighter, he's 2-0 in the UFC. He's a road to UFC fighter. That's when they get these Chinese and Oriental Asian fighters from, you know, the Asian scene, and they try to see if they could get into the UFC. And you got two fighters fighting on it. The last guy that the underdog in this one, Nimenbar Timdenbro, he took a fight last time out against Carlos Hernandez, and that line flipped. He was a big favorite, and he ended up being a big underdog. He's a guy that struggles with takedowns. I'm going to be honest with you guys. I like Hung Sung Park in this one and get it done. He's a Korean fighter who's, you know, all around technically sound. I think he's going to win by decision in here. So I wouldn't be surprised if you guys can get a better line on it. But yeah, give me Hung Sung Park to extend his win streak to 10-0. And I think he gets this one done. Next fight taking place, man. We got Quinlan Sulakar taking on Angela Jubilee. Sulakard's a big favorite in this one, man. He's another fighter who's fought over there from Internal MMA, okay? Made his debut on the Dana White Contender Series. In that fight, he was able to get his opponent down 9 different times, man. And he shot for over 15 takedowns in there. Overall, he's a big betting favorite in here, okay? Now, let's talk about what he's good at. He has good cardio. He's going to go for the wrestling. And he might be okay on the submissions. But when we're talking about laying the chalk in this one, he's a -5-1 favorite. And the reason why is because the opponent that he's fighting, hear me out, he was a big favorite in his last fight, and he dropped the ball. So Angela Jubilee was up 2 rounds in his last fight, and then he just gassed out against Mike Breeden. He's an Indian fighter, though, okay? He was also on the road to UFC as well, I want to say. Or if he wasn't, maybe he should have been. But the point is this. He was a big favorite in his last fight out. Now he's fighting a guy as a big underdog, and the other guy is a big favorite. My point being, both these guys aren't good fighters, okay? I'm not going to fade a bad fighter with another fighter that's just not good. But the pick is going to be Sulakar. I do think he wins, but this is nothing that I'm telling you guys. Go to the window with and parlay this one and close your eyes, and you guys are going to be okay. Next fight taking place, Kevin Jousset taking on Jonathan Milikov. All right, Kevin Jousset, -240 on the books out here. Last time fighting out, he was going up against Brian Battle. And we have Brian Battle in that spot, -170. And Brian Battle came through, as he should. In this one, the opponent that he's taking on, he's made his debut on the Dana White Contender Series. That's what you're going to hear about a lot of these fighters on here. So look. You guys aren't going to recognize some of the names, and the price tags are just horrendous, okay? So you guys got to definitely pick your spots on this card to get paid, okay? I really love that main event and that co-main event, okay? But let's keep it rolling, though. So in this one, man, you got Kevin Jousset, who's a -2-1 favorite in here, and he's taking on a guy that just likes to come forward, okay? No defense in his game plan at all. Kevin Jousset, city kickboxing prodigy who likes actually to implement wrestling. I think he's a rightfully 2-1 favorite in here. That's one way I would be looking to parlay a fighter on this card. Forget the -350s. Forget some of the -500s. I like Kevin Jousset to win, and I think he gets it done inside the distance as well. All right, next fight taking place. We got a good one, folks. Cody Steele taking on Rong Zhu. Cody Steele, man, he made his debut in the Dana White Contender Series. And, man, did he put on a show in there. He won by knocking out his opponent, I want to say in the second or third round. But he's a fighter who kind of has it all already. Everything, man. He has the striking. He has the cardio. He's a dominant grappler who likes to wrestle, okay? All throughout his local regional scene, that's what he was doing. He trains with some of the people that's, you know, rubbing shoulders with the people you want to in the game. Training with fighters like Mike Davis, you know, and even training with people like Marab over there at Syndicate MMA. I think Cody Steele is a good prospect, okay? I've been waiting for him to make his debut in here, and I've been waiting to bet on him too. Rong Zhu, I had Chris Padilla in Rong Zhu's last fight, okay? Chris Padilla was an underdog in there, but I will say this guy has clean striking. He comes with power as well. He does struggle with takedowns, okay? This is a fight to where I don't think it's going to finish, and I think Cody Steele is going to get the job done. Matter of fact, I'm done. Nope, I'm not done, but I got it. I got it for y'all, all right? So I'm already putting together a nice little parlay for you guys. Let's stay tuned. All right, man. Next fight taking place. We got Alexander Topuria taking on Kobe Thicknix. Alexander Topuria, the brother of Illa Topuria, is making his UFC debut. He's 5-1, okay? He's a minus 4-1 favorite now. I think we even went up 2 on the books, maybe 3-1. His opponent that he's fighting is a training partner who trains with Volkanovski, okay? This is the thing, man. He's 7-0, taking on a fighter who's 5-1. Topuria, once he got knocked out in 2015, he took 6 years off and pretty much retired from the sport and came back. Once he came back, the level of competition of fighters that he's been fighting against is not really top tier, but he's top tier. He's in the corner every single day training with his brother when he is like just getting that tutelage and that teaching. And I want to say, I think he's even the older brother in this scenario. But I will say he has power out there. He finishes his opponents early on as well. And here, Kobe Thickness, he's a good fighter. He likes to use the jab to set up things and counter off of. That's what I noticed, okay? His takedown defense is decent as well. But in here, I like the favorite. I think Topuria gets it done inside the distance as well. All right, next fight taking place. We got Kong Wang, 6-1, taking on Bruno Brazil. Kong Wang's the big favorite, minus 4-1 favorite in there. Bruno Brazil, man, nice little plus money price tag on her. Let's talk about the dog for a minute. Bruno Brazil's coming off of a great win against Molly McCann in her last fight out where she was a dog on, and we gave her out to play, and she cashed for us as well. So, hey, man, you already know. And on top of that, people always want to hold one loss against a fighter and think that's just like how her whole career is based, literally. So this is what happens. She comes in the Dana White Contender Series, wins by, you know, impressive striking. But then her first fight against Denise Gomes, she wins the first round and gets knocked out in the second. So everybody's saying, oh, she's chinny. You can't trust her. And what she do? She comes back and pulls off 2 wins. I don't think she's that bad. I actually think she's decent for the women's division out here. Kong Wang was the big favorite last fight out. Minus 1,300 against Gabriel Fernandez. And she got flatlined, folks. And then she got submitted. And here, she's probably going to be the more cleaner striker with more power. She does struggle on the ground. Bruno Brazil has been training with fight nerds. Man, if you're asking me, the camp, the team, I got to go with Bruno Brazil having the advantage. The striking, I go with Kong Wang. But I'm not betting on no Kong Wang. I know 4-1 favorite in here, man. To be honest with you guys, man, I think Kong Wang should get it done. But if you're asking me, the pick is going to be, man, the pick is going to be Bruno Brazil, man. I just know what I've seen. You know, like I've seen more fights of Bruno Brazil than I have with Kong Wang. And when you're a big favorite like that and you get knocked out and you come back, like there's a recipe out there to be had. So man, give me the dog in this one, man. Like, yeah, I'm sticking to my gut. That was my first gut, you know, decision when I broke down this fight, did some tape study. Give me the dog in this one. This next one, though, it's hard to predict, man. It could go either way. 50-50 fight. Tom Nolan taking on Vilashav Borisov. All right, so Tom Nolan's the underdog in this one. 2 talented strikers who's going to be looking to throw leather. I like the under in this one as well, man. When we talk about Borisov, The only thing that he really struggles with is people that try to get him down to the ground. So if he's fighting another wrestler out there, of course, he's going to get, taken down to the ground. But guess what? It's two strikers up here. What's going to happen? Somebody's going to throw. The other one's going to connect and slice out. Tom Nolan, man, he's not a durable fighter, okay? He's been knocked out twice in his career. The thing that leaves a bad taste in our mouth is he was knocked out as a big favorite when he made his UFC debut against Nicholas Mata. Before that, he won on the Dana White Contender Series, knocking out a good fighter who just fought last week. I forget who his name is. But after that, bounced back with 2 wins. But in those wins, he got knocked down in one of those fights, not knocked out. And then he went to decision with a fighter that we all thought he should have finished. The jury's out there, man. And I've been kind of going back and forth on this pick. But I got to go with Borisov, man. I just think that he can attack the body on Tom Nolan. Tom Nolan's going to be the younger fighter, the taller fighter, probably even the faster fighter. But, man, the striking on Borisov is nice, man. He's the alpha male striking coach over there, and he likes to attack the body. He likes to attack the legs and everything. But like I said, it's a 50-50 fight. And by Saturday, who knows, if I see something else on the way into the scales. But I think this is the price is right on either of these fighters, and it's kind of just which way you guys feel like rolling the dice with. You're going to have the hometown crowd going for, Tom Nolan in here because he is from Australia out there. But, hey, man, I think Borisov's going to be able to get it done, and I wouldn't be surprised, man. Round 2 KO. Next fight taking place. We got a good one, man. Banger alert. Smash the like button out there for me. Hit the comments up for me, man. Everybody. Let me know who's going to win the Super Bowl. Who's going to win the Super Bowl? Kansas City Chiefs or the Philadelphia Eagles? Put it in the comments below. Put it in the comments below. Hit the likes up. All right. Jack Jenkins taking on Gabriel Santos. Gabriel Santos, the favorite in here. Minus 230 on the books. 11-2 record. Taking on 13-3 Jack Jenkins. Jack Jenkins, the Australian fighter, okay? I like this guy. I've been making money with him in the UFC, okay? The only thing is the guy on the other side, Gabriel Santos, is just top tier. I think he has a little bit more tools in his toolbox to get the job to win. Here we go again. There's some live dogs in there. Jack Jenkins might be one of them, but Gabriel Santos is going to be my pick. Yeah, Gabriel Santos is going to be my pick. But I do, man, don't get me started, man. Like, see, that's the thing, man. When I like some of these fighters as dog odds, it's easier for me to bet on them as dog odds because I'm like, oh, man, that'd be some nice plus money if they win, Compared to me betting on my favorites that I bet on, it's like, okay, they should win, and when they win, I still feel good. But when my dogs win that I pick, I'm like, you know how it go. You feel like you on top of the world, man. All right, man. Next fight taking place. We got Jake Matthews taking on Francisco Prado. Jake Matthews, 2-1 favorite in here. Australian boy out there as well. He's been in the UFC forever. He's a guy fighting out welterweight. And Francisco Prado, he's stepping up now at welterweight. But these are the things that I like, man. He was coming from a camp out there in Argentina and training with people that's really not on that top tier level. After his couple of fights in the UFC, he switched his camp and he's at American Top Team. Put in some good time over there, and they putting in time and said, hey, man, you should fight at welterweight. So, with that being said, I do think that we're going to see a different Francisco Prado. The book's been written on Jake Matthews. I'm sorry. I read it. I read the chapters. I read everything. I did a book report and everything. I'm done with that. I'm putting it on the shelf. Give me Francisco Prado in this one, man. Give me the dog, man. Yes, this could be one that's you just like the dog. No, man, I like what Francisco Prado can do. He comes forward. He's going to pump the jab. He has a strong counter. He attacks the bodies as well. The thing is this, he does struggle with the takedown. So I do think if Jake Matthews wants to make this an easier fight, he will implement that wrestling that he goes out there and does. But he's going to have the home crowd behind him too as well. Jake Matthews, he should get it done. But this is the thing, he fights down when he fights his level of competition. Francisco Prado might just slow and tire out late second or third round. That's the only thing I'm worried about, and that's when Jake Matthews could just kind of coast it and still probably win. But the pick's going to be on Prado, man. I like what I've seen from him so far in his short amount of time in the UFC compared over the long time of Jake Matthews that I've seen. And when you think you got the perfect read on him, you don't. And then when you think you can bet him and parlay him, he loses. And then just when you're watching this fight, you're just like, do more. So I ain't going for that this time, man. Give me the dog, man. I like Prado in this one. Who y'all like in that one? Let me know, man. Because like I said, I'm going back and forth. Next fight taking place. We got Jimmy Crute taking on Rodolfo Bellato. Jimmy Crute is back. 12-4-1. Took some time off after taking some back-to-back losses in the UFC. 4 back-to-back losses in the UFC. Australian fighter taking on a Brazilian guy, Rodolfo Bellato, who, you know, we seen on the Dana White Contender Series too as well. This is the thing. I like Bellato in this spot just because I don't know what Jimmy Crute's been doing, and I think that he's really just taking this fight because they're fighting in his backyard. You know, it's like if you're coming out of retirement, and out of all things, I get it. This is the perfect place to come out of retirement or come back to fighting. I was a big Jimmy Crute fan too, but I'll be honest with you, man. I lost way too much money on him. Back to back to back, and I got that rule, man. If you lose for me twice, man, I'm probably never gonna bet you 3 times. I think he even made it to that 3rd time for me, so I can't do it, man. I can't do it. But if he wins, he wins. I'll be happy for him, man. Hopefully, you know, he looks improved. But I think Bellato gets it done. Next fight taking place, and I think he gets it done inside the distance, probably round 1 or 2. Talison Teixeira taking on Justin Tafa. Talison Teixeira, oh my God, skyscraper. Talking about like 6'5", 6'7". He might even be like 8 feet tall by the end of the night, man. 7-0, okay? He goes out there. He likes to pop the jab out there, okay? And once you're not looking for it, he got some little sneaky uppercut that he throws as well. Justin Tafa, his opponent, he's a guy that kind of goes out there, and if he's not going to be able to knock you out in that 1st or 2nd round, it's a wrap. Doesn't throw a lot of volume, doesn't set anything up, but he's the Australian fighter. The crowd's going to be going crazy for him, and they love him because it seems like against bums and cans, he knocks them out. I like the favorite in this one, man. Give me Teixeira to win inside the distance in here. I even think he could even probably win a decision if it goes there. The one that I know that can't win the decision is going to be Justin Tafa. The price tag's not too bad on Teixeira right now. He opened up at a -135, down to a -120. But, out of all the things, man, when you're fighting heavyweights, trust me, it could go either way. And you're fighting a guy like this as well. Oh man, it could really go the wrong way. But I do think Teixeira is the favorite in here. I do think they're flying him out here to get this win. I don't think he's the one that they're trying to see, you know, on the losing side. Co-main event time. Tatiana Suarez taking on Weili Zhang. Tatiana Suarez 10-0. She's been the girl that's been primed for this championship title run for the last couple of years, and now she's finally getting her shot. She opened up the underdog +110. Now she's a favorite -120. Weili Zhang is the rightful champion, and she's just as is, man. Like, wins over Joanna Jędrzejczyk, wins over Yang Jinan, and the list goes on. The only 2 losses that she really lost was against Rose Namajunas, and those are the only times that I actually lost betting on her. So for me, I have no problem with her. It's just, damn, man, when I bet her twice against Rose and she lost, but every other time she won. Her striking is going to be too much for Tatiana, right? But Tatiana's wrestling grappling is going to be too much for Weili Zhang. Tatiana Suarez is one of the accredited wrestlers that we've been knowing about out here in the West Coast for a while. My boys told me about her in 2016, said they went to high school with her, talking about her wrestling and everything because they seen her on The Ultimate Fighter. She won The Ultimate Fighter. She was dealing with all type of injuries, all type of health things, beating cancer, fighting cancer, and everything, man. Check out her documentary. It's called Unbreakable. It's something to watch. This is a 50-50 fight. I like Tatiana Suarez, though, man. I think she wins inside the distance in this one, but I will tell you this. This is the biggest step up in levels of competition. Tatiana Suarez never been thrown into the flames. She's never dealt with adversity in a fight, so I've never seen her, like, you know, losing a round and then come back and turn her around. So I don't know how she would do that if that happens. But I don't think that's going to happen. I think she's just going to be on that, like, like football player status. What do you mean? I'm on varsity. You on freshman. They ain't even JV. So I think it's just going to be one of those, hey, let me just pick you up. She's relentless with her pressures. When she goes for takedowns, if she doesn't get it this way, she's setting it up another way. Everything is chess move with her. I think Tatiana Suarez gets it done. I wouldn't be surprised, though, if the champ holds on her belt and, you know, take this 5 championship round. She's been there plenty of times. Tatiana Suarez hasn't. This is one of the ones, man. Like, I can't tell you that I'm overly convinced, because I do think the price is, I mean, I don't know. It's hard to say the price is right. You cannot, like, disrespect the champion and have them as not the favorite, to me. Unless, like, the skill level and gap is just that tremendous or something. But in here, I like Tatiana Suarez to get it done. Next fight taking place, man. Main event, rematch time. Driscus du Plessis taking on Sean Strickland. First fight happened, Driscus took the belt. We had him in that spot. You guys know it already over here on the prop shop. Driscus, prop shop. Y'all know it already over here at the Pick Dawgz show, man. Driscus been my guy. We've been cashing on back to back to back to back to back. Never lost with him. Never bet against him. I was there to see him beat up Darren Till live, and it was one of the best things ever. We had him to win by submission plus 400. We cashed it. Sean Strickland's a guy that just goes out there and just kind of slap boxes, man. He's going to pop you with the jab, You know, no power behind, no striking. He's doing everything so he doesn't get hurt. I think in this one, man, Driscus du Plessis is going to go out there, mix in the wrestling, powerful striking, and finish Sean Strickland, so it's no questions asked about, you know, the judges going to the scorecards and if he really won. I think Driscus du Plessis and still champion. All right, man. Happy Black History Month for everybody watching out there, man. Now let's go over the parlay to get you paid. I already told you, man. I got it figured out. I usually do the bulletproof parlay, right? Oh, no, man. We ain't bulletproof on this one, but I got one, man. And what was it? Man, I had it in there. Oh, yeah, there it is. There it is. Give me Kevin Jousset and give me Cody Still. Nice little plus 115 when you combine them both. Meet me at the window and let's get paid. If you guys want our premium picks, this is what you need to do. Head on over to Pick Dawgz. Hit the premium picks tab and see exactly which capper you guys want to get on today. All right, it's Millz Young here, part of Pick Dawgz. If you can't roll with the Pick Dawgz, stay on the porch. UFC bet with me.